Hey, Gabbo. Could you remind me what the original escape plan was?
Go into the casino. Go into the air ducts through the vent. Follow the map you find until you reach the central fan. Climb up the tube and slide through the bars. Drop down the cable on the roof and you're free.
Why do I have to go into the air ducts through the vent in the casino?
You can't use the air vent in the common areas because there's always someone who can see you. The air duct vents in the rooms are so close to the cabinets that they're impossible to use. Only Munchkin Bob managed to get through one. But of course he was smaller than a shoebox. In other words, the air duct vent in the casino is the only sensible choice.
Why do you have a room all to yourself?
Connections. I guess somebody pays for me to be treated like a softie, and I ain't gonna complain about that.
We'll talk later, Gabbo.
Okay, but if we don't see each other by March 6th, 2037 at 12:37 p.m., start ironing the money.
The other day, the one in the nurse's room went on the fritz, and they had to call in Chuck, the maintenance man. With my bare hands? Bad plan. If they had any real value, this nut house would be filled with tycoons. Especially useful for withstanding lengthy periods of inactivity. We're all up there, the insane crowd and the crew that takes care of us. Great idea, so we can all remember who everyone is, because around here, every Tom, Dick, and Harry could be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I trusted him until now. He said my case was looking good. But in the end, he was going to have me locked up in the pen. I can't. There's glass in front of it. She's uglier here than in person. Didn't think it was possible. The dude has some majorly overgrown sideburns. She's the exact opposite of Miss Palmer. Friendly, pleasant, hard-working. Too bad it's her day off. They snapped this photo right when he had that nervous tick in his eye. That psycho. He's really gotten me into a huge mess. But he does have the most unwavering personality at Happydale. He looks better in a hat. He's a nice guy, but since he thinks his face is covered in ears, he comes off as a little eccentric. Sometimes he gives me the creeps. Seriously, you can tell he hasn't had an easy time in these last few months. Wonder what he's staring at? An imaginary fly? Perfect set of teeth. They're fake, but perfect. He's got a lot of spunk for some reason, but sometimes he goes off on a wild tangent like today. The other day, the one in the nurse's room went on the fritz, and they had to call in Chuck, the maintenance man.
Oh.
Hey, Ernie.
Hold on, Basco. What was all that yelling at Kurgan about?
Nothing. We were just playing, hide and go seek.
Oh? It's hard to believe you two get along. What do you need?
What do you think about the people at Happydale?
The employees or the patients?
Employees.
Who exactly?
The doctors.
My favorite is Bennett. He's reduced people's medication, and the solitary confinement, and the rough therapy sessions. He's a hard worker.
The nurses.
Ooh, they're all hotties. Too bad some of 'em are such whiny hags. That new one, Miss Palmer, I won't even look her in the face. Looks like a manhole cover.
The secretaries.
When you consider their job is to sit on their butts all day, they got some pretty nice rear views to offer this mirror. Sometimes I call Rosie up and invite her to the bowling alley so I can see her bend over and pick up the ball.
Sorry, I actually wanted your opinion about one of the patients.
Which one?
Gabo Spiegelman.
I found out that an envelope arrives at Happydale every month, and inside is a $1 million donation. There's also a letter with no signature that asks that Gabo be treated kindly and well in exchange. That's why the guy lives like a prince. Intriguing, huh?
Jacob Kurgan.
He's bad news, Basco. Don't get anywhere near him. Even if you think you're a step ahead of him, he's already put you through the ringer, and he'd do it again in a snap.
We really shouldn't be gossiping like this.
Okay.
What are you playing?
I'm not playing. This is Elvis brain training. A real blast. Amazing for jogging the memory and increasing your knowledge about the king. I know it all, except for the ones I miss.
Do you think I'm crazy?
More or less. More than Quickle, but less than Junior. You're more at Gabo's level, but with a little touch of Hollister, a dash of Marcello, and a bit of Mr. Nice Guy. Like a loon, Basco. Next question.
I'm gonna take a little walk.
Be good, if you can.
It keeps us patients from moving around the different wings of the building. It doesn't look like you can push it open.
Cool.
It's used to open the security door. I might as well try.
Cool. Just give it up.
They're probably worthless, but just in case, I'll hold on to them.
Cool.
Hey, Ernie. How's the Elvis?
Amazing for jogging the memory.
Do you think I'm a murderer?
Probably not. You haven't got the guts. But I've been wrong before. And of course, between Gabo, Kurgan, and Quickle, what's one more killer more or less? What difference does it make?
I'm gonna...
Be good.
This is Dr. Reset in Kurgan's room. Whoa, looks like that psycho doctored up his bed to make it look like he's lying under the blanket. That way people will think he's sleeping and won't notice he's gone. This is Dr. Reset in Kurgan's room. He's tortured me ever since I got here, and now he's trying to keep me from escaping. No, the red light above the door means it can't be opened right now. Junior and Mr. Nice Guy's digs. Only Junior's in there, staring out the window with that good old paper bag on his head. No, the red light above the door means it can't be opened right now.
Cool.
Hey, Marcelo! Why, thank you very much. What is it? Oh, a flower. Is it for me? It's lovely. A wonder of nature. Thanks, Marcelo.
You're welcome, Basco.
The ultimate proof that the great Marcello performed at the finest theaters around the world. It could have been made in Photoshop with some images from the net, but it looks real to me. No, it would get all wrinkled. I'm actually lucky to have him as a roomie. Hey, one question, Marcello. Is it true you were the first contortionist mime in the whole world?
So they say. Apparently, people like my performances quite a bit, especially the one with the imaginary box.
What did that imaginary box routine look like?
Picture this. The typical contortionist act, in which a man twists his body over into itself until it's so tiny he can fit inside of a very teeny box. Though my innovation was to do so in an imaginary box, which is much more difficult than squeezing into a real one.
Bosco detests mimes. Bosco detests contortionists. Ergo, Bosco detests contortionist mimes. Okay, I take back what I said. Let's change the subject. Hey, what's up with that rope on your pants?
I look completely ridiculous compared to the way I look with suspenders, don't I?
Sure do.
Thing is, when mine came loose yesterday, Miss Palmer almost lost an eye. But luckily, she didn't.
Yeah, talk about luck.
Well, yes! Though Miss Palmer then had the brilliant idea of burning them.
What?
With a cigarette lighter.
She burned your suspenders? But they were your prized possession. What a spiteful old hag. Was becoming a mime your childhood dream, or is it some kind of weird therapy? Okay, I take back what I said. I've got to go, pal.
Okay.
There's the book Marcello always keeps on his night table, The Silent Sentiment by M. Mangel. I don't see what for. Listen. I still can't believe...
Well, it'd only be a problem if I had to do a performance, because I simply can't go on stage without them. Besides, it was for my own good.
It's about your famous routine, the one with the imaginary box.
Yes?
What did that imaginary...
I would appear on stage, climb inside an imaginary box, and have...
Have you ever... Okay, I take back... I've got to go, pal.
Okay.
It's pretty big. Let Marcello move it. It's his. It's more of a mess than mine, don't you think? If I was that tired, I'd sleep in my own bed. Before the flower photo, there was an imaginary one in there, and Marcello would change it every day. Once, he put an imaginary portrait of himself in it, dressed as Houdini. I don't think any of Marcello's stuff would help me out. It radiates heat. That's what it's for. With my hand, with my head. No, wait, I'm such a nut job, I'll try to break it by whipping it with my tongue. I'm gonna be out on those streets tonight. You betcha. Nah, this place will be filled with mosquitoes if I do. Though you'd be surprised, the bars actually keep some of the fatter ones out. It's not as comfy as the one Gina bought for our apartment, but I shouldn't be thinking about that now. And give it my plan to escape? Keep dreaming. That's where I hide my candy. Yeah, I want those candies. Huh? Whoa, a knife. Where'd that come from? I can't let anyone see this. Oh, and my candy. Can't forget about that. A little gifty poo from my pal Marcelo. It mysteriously appeared underneath my pillow. The package isn't even open yet. I won't get anywhere doing that. My alarm clock, reading materials, and several cardboard boxes. I'm quite fond of this alarm clock, but since I'll be free as of tonight, I won't be needing it. My desk. Well, not really mine. I don't see what for. It's pretty big. No, nothing in there that I need. What for? Marcelo's clothes don't fit me. He is the epitome of the great artist who ended up going insane. Hey, I never noticed there was a vent for the air duct system in here too. Gabo says the cabinet is so close to the vent that you can't squeeze through there, but why not try? Oh man, this is impossible. Someone put the cabinet so close to the air vent that getting through would be a miracle. I'd have to be Rubberman to do this. It weighs way too much. Even empty, I couldn't move it. Impossible. I tried that once when Gina's picture fell behind it. Listen, Marcelo. Could you get in the vent for the air conditioning ducts?
Through the vent? Wouldn't I love to, Basco? But I'm the great Marcelo, and I can't stoop so low as to perform such a simple magic trick. It's for my own good.
It's about...
Yeah.
I don't quite get it. What was the imaginary box like?
Well, it was transparent, square, the lid open outward. It measured 3 feet on each edge.
Wait, I think I'm starting to get the idea. Yeah, I think I can picture it. It was a really small box. How did you manage to get inside?
It's obvious. Folded up into a tiny ball.
What did that imagine?
I would appear on stage, climb inside.
I've got to...
Okay.
It's just like the one Marcelo used to use in his shows. Knowing him, I'd better take this one step at a time. Let's just imagine I happen to have an imaginary box. Then could you perform your famous act?
No, because I'm not wearing any suspenders. How can I perform an act of that caliber without my suspenders? Where's the glamour?
You are so right. Well, I'll just put the box away for now, I guess. But only Quickle is there right now. No way. Quickle's in there, and he's having one of those days today.
Cool.
He's got a lot of spunk for some reason, but sometimes he goes off on a wild...
Cool.
This is the old solitary confinement cell, but when Bennett prohibited such dastardly methods, it became a sort of storage room, until us patients managed to take it over. Impossible. That psycho Kurgan left the key in the lock on the other side.
Cool.
I don't... Hi, Miss Palm.
Your medication.
More pills? I had my meds today, don't you remember?
You choose.
Okay.
Swallow. Good boy, Bosco. And keep an eye on your stuff. I saw Kurgan suspiciously fumbling around with your pillow. I bet he stole your hidden candy.
Really? Okay. How cool. She fell for it. Thank goodness for the old put the pills behind the wisdom teeth technique. Neuroshotgyne XR? Not a clue. Books. Even the widest ones are not that narrow. Is there an escape artist's manual? No? Then maybe some other day. Once I played Parcheesi with Hollister, Mr. Nice, and an imaginary friend of Marcello's, and I lived to tell the story. Really, ever since Gabbo taught me to play poker, there's just no comparison. They're whiteboards, the kind you write on with a special marker and erase with your shirt sleeve. One will suffice, don't you think? You can tell some people have never had one of these in their pocket before. The shift nurse has the key. I don't have the key. Wow, love those really fat ones. Okay. I'll take the blue one. I go absolutely crazy over office supplies. It's better to steal the whole cookie jar than just one cookie. Nobody said anything, so I guess no one saw me take this. It's clean, in a vague sense of the term, that is. I hope it doesn't stop working. When I finally escape from here, I'll throw the paper clips away and use the container as a lunchbox. For some patients, they're a sort of therapy. Not me. No, each picture is a masterpiece. It's like a spittoon for the drugged-up, insane crowd. No need to rummage for long. There's just a couple of little paper cups and... the birthday candles from Monty Hollister's cake. Brand new. Okay, but just for 30 seconds, tops. A symbol of power greater than many others. All right.
From our archive of film classics, we are proud to present to you Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine in The Apartment. But first, a word from our sponsors. And from our archive of film classics, we are
and study on the habits of the polar.
now The Apartment.
Its prey. The lion scans the plains of the African.
What, are you kidding? There's nothing worth watching anyway. Good.
Your throat's mighty fine and your tonsils will shine. Splash, splash, splash. It's minty freshness galore.
Continues to stalk its prey, waiting for just the right moment to...
Andretti family, whose fortune amounts to more than...
Lion of the savannah, awaiting its prey, yawns.
No comment. I wouldn't be surprised if she had a severe case of premature menopause. Miss Palmer,
Scram, Bosco.
that new pill you gave me, what's it for?
Bennett's orders.
But what's it used for?
Bennett's orders, I said.
Bennett's? Oh, come on.
If it were up to me, it wouldn't be medication. So shut your trap.
I don't really care about that pill, but I do have other questions.
Well, I don't have any answers.
You shouldn't be threatening us with that taser, you know.
And you shouldn't come near me when it's in my hand, should you?
When is Miss Carrington coming back?
That's none of your business.
But she is feeling better, right?
It's none of my business.
You're just the substitute. When she comes back, you'll leave, right?
I'm your nurse, so watch your mouth.
What's your opinion? Did she fall accidentally or did she jump?
The West Wing could drive anyone bonkers.
Miss Carrington was really happy working in this wing.
As corroborated by her swan dive out the window, right?
The truth is that nobody ever wants to work in the West Wing.
Psychopaths are not usually the life of the party.
You had just started working in the South Wing. Why did you have to come here and replace Miss Carrington?
Yeah, that South Wing sure is full of peace and quiet, isn't it? What's it to you?
Oops, I forgot to ask you one little detail about Miss Carrington. Talking about Miss Carrington makes me sad. Let's change the subject.
Sure. To nothing, I propose.
Didn't you forget the whiteboard therapy hour?
It's canceled today.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
I seriously need my whiteboard therapy. I'm daffy as a duck.
You can't convince me.
Okay, I guess I can skip my whiteboard therapy for one day. Nice chatting with you. See you around.
Back to your room.
We haven't even lit them yet, to avoid Junior wetting his bed, but Hollister blew them out all the same. I wouldn't give her a drop of water if she was lost in the Arizona desert. The other day, the one in the nurse's room went on the fritz, and they had to call in Chuck. Some other day. I am not a killer, no matter what Bennett thinks. I don't remember any of what happened, but I know that I did not do it, and somehow I'll prove it. I am not a killer, no matter what Bennett thinks. No, Miss Palmer would taser me with her freaky little thing. It's locked shut. I wouldn't give her a drop of water if she was lost in the Arizona desert. Mr. Nice must be in a hurry, because he left those elastic straps hanging out. I won't get anywhere doing that. I know what's going to happen, but you can watch and learn. Calm down, Morgan. Nobody's going to take it away from you. He is such a sweetheart. That's not doable. Talk with Mr. Nice. Where do you get these wild ideas? Okay. Escapes are pulled off better. What for? I've been screaming my innocence for months now. No one will believe me besides Gina. Not even that hypocrite, Bennett. Boggles the mind, huh? Well, nothing then. He already has one. Mr. Nice doesn't speak. In fact, he doesn't even listen. 1, he has a cold, and talking would be bad for his throat. 2, he's 102 years old. Let's not ask too much of the guy. 3, he went mute at the age of 90-something. From what I understand, he's determined to get to Rancho Cucamonga. He has a cold, and talking, he went mute. He's 100. Your throat's mighty fine and your tonsils will shine. Splash, splash, splash. It's minty freshness galore. One, he has 2. He's 103. 4. He's going 40 miles an hour on the freeway. Were I to distract him, somebody might get hurt. He's heading fast. Good. Hey, that's a great idea. I don't want to give it to him. He already has one. That thing has no business being in there. I refuse. Its contents are just whatever's inside. I don't think that's a great... No. I won't get anywhere. I don't want to give... He already... They swept the floor yesterday, so it shouldn't get a flat tire. Nice idea, but I already have an escape plan. That's an innovative bookshelf. No, that would be like taking a piece of him. It leads to the air ducts. Not a chance. Someone could see me. The old switcheroo. And now, let's see if it all plays out the way I expect.
When I saw how much you hurt me, I bought the bear for his soul. When he saw how much I loved. Those who say that life is worth it, they haven't met the other. No, my dear, again, the nothing but hating all my head. I bought the devil head, so
From its sleek lines and the purr of the engine, I'd swear it was a '59 Caddy. Mr. Nice doesn't speak. He went mute at the age of 9. Mr. Nice... Oh gee. The elastic straps are still on the outside. Mr. Nice, really? No, because if Mr. Nice turns around and notices it's missing, he may just faint. Don't want that. Now I can. High quality merchandise. Whoa. Nice idea, but I... That's the whiteboard group therapy circle. The craziest things come out. The other day, Junior explained why he always wears a bag on his head. He convinced me. Having a face covered in ears is not a pretty thing. I don't want to do that. By then, by myself, it leads. Not a chance. Someone could see me. I love birthday party leftovers. No, that's Ernie's gig.
Cool.
Hey, Gab. Why do you spend your whole life running away from Happy Dale?
'Cause I can. I gamble at some real-life casinos. I buy drawing stuff, musical scores, oil for my trumpet. But then I get bored of wandering around. Home sweet home, they say. Banana.
I'm gonna...
Good for you. Banana.
No reason to do that for the time being. No reason... Hey... You said you'd get into the imaginary box if I found you some suspenders, right?
Well, yes. It'll be the first time that the great Marcelo gives a performance since he went bonkers and lost his box imagining license, which was for his own good.
I've got to...
Okay.
No, because he would want to get inside, and since I don't... No reason to... I don't want to do that. All right, done. They consist of two parts, the elastic strap and the clasps. Yes, but I'll prepare things as well as possible first. What could that strange thing poking me inside my pocket be?
Don't worry, it happens to me too, especially when I wake up in the morning.
An imaginary box.
An imaginary box.
If only someone here knew how to put these suspenders on and hop inside.
Hey, me, Vasco, me, I can do it.
Well, these are for you then. Ladies and gentlemen, with you tonight, the great Marcelo!
Oh.
Marcelo, you okay? Then get ready. Here comes the best part. And now, the great Marcelo will get out of the imaginary box and make his way through the imaginary tunnel.
Imaginary.
Until he reaches an imaginary trapdoor in the tunnel floor.
In the I'm inside the casino.
The great Marcelo's been teletransported.
I teletransported.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the great Marcelo will kindly remove the key from the lock and put it in my hand. I knew that psycho had left it in the lock. It's the one for the casino. Some people use it to photocopy their butts. Kids these days. What in the world should I photocopy? Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. No, the guys might get annoyed, and Quickle would blame big business, poultry farmers, the government. A cardboard box with a green felt cover. What little you need in here to be happy. No, it's right where it's supposed to be, under the light. The other day, Quickle just started banging on it, saying something about how it promotes bourgeois anorexia, until he busted it. The sliding iron weight came loose, and there's no way to use it anymore. No pun intended. Impossible. Whenever Quickle breaks something, he makes sure he does it right. It's come loose. All right. It weighs quite a bit, but I can deal. It's a heavy thing. The other day, Marcelo started to gulp down a bottle of invisible kiwi liquor and got imaginary drunk off his ass. None of these drinks are my style. Gabbo stole it from the infirmary a while back. It's the only unused one sitting around. The other day, Junior discovered that if you blow into one end, air comes out the other. He was majorly entertained after that.